Okay, general guidelines to follow to increase the fiber in your diet. Increase intake of vegetables and fruits. Honestly, the traditional diet of a mammal on planet Earth should be 90% fibrous plant food, okay? Fruits and vegetables. Majority of those, all of your fruit, absolutely without a doubt should be raw. Dried fruit is not okay. It's fibrous, but it's also dangerous because once you dry it, you make it into a high glycemic index food instead of a low one. Half to 60% of your vegetables should be raw. Now, super dense vegetables like broccoli, for example, basically a baby tree, you should steam those lightly. If you boil them down to be limp and lifeless, that's exactly what you've done. You've taken the vitamin and mineral content out of it, made it lifeless. It's still fiber, however. But please keep it, what I like to say, al dente, firm. You should have a good chew out of it, but if it's too fibrous, it could actually back you up and cause gas and bloating and sleeping alone for that matter. So the next one, eat your veggies. Aim for 5 to 10 or more servings per day. A serving is about a half a cup. Choose your fruit wisely. Apples have 5 grams of fiber. Asian pear has 10. 15 grapes has 1 gram. Choose the pear. Add shredded veggies to soups, sandwiches, pizza, pasta, and other entrees. Listen, it's not about being perfect. It's about being better. Increase intake of whole grains while decreasing refined grains. Let me be very clear on something here because I've done weight loss consults for over a decade, and people have a misconception of whole grains. Go to Google, type in whole grains, and that list of 12 to 15 grains, that is it. There's only that many whole grains that are edible, that are palatable. Steel-cut oats, rice, spelt. There are others, but frankly, you just need to focus on a few. Flax is another great one. Focus on a few, add 1 or 2 in per day, and go with it. What is not whole grain? Whole grain bread is not whole grain. Cheerios has whole grain in it. It is not whole grain. That's one of the biggest scams on the planet. They put in big letters whole grain, but in small letters it says made with. Okay, it's not whole grain by itself. This is incredibly effective marketing. Please be a conscientious consumer. Whole grain bread is one where whole grain is first. If you are going to have bread, the more grain, the one with the visible grain on the crust inside of it, that's the one you want. But the truth is, no bread is safe. No bread is safe. Supplement your diet with a protein shake that has a lot of fiber in it. Add legumes and nuts to your diet. Beans are the legumes of choice. Soybeans, please eat organic ones so you're avoiding the genetic modifications. And nuts, high in fiber, high in healthy fats, and all your nuts should be raw. Add them to soups, chilies, enchiladas. Substitute beans for meat in some recipes. Meat has no fiber. We eat truckloads of it, but we do not eat truckloads of fiber, hence the problems that we run into. All right, moving on to reach your goals of that much fiber per day, you'll need to pay attention to your food labels, okay? If your food has packaging, it has a nutrition facts label. Go down into the total carbohydrates section. It'll tell you how many grams of carbohydrates there are. Right underneath the total carbohydrate, under that category, it'll say dietary fiber. There's your grams. Now be careful because it's grams per serving. So if you look up and it says 50 grams is a serving size, and you're getting 1 gram in 50, you might have to eat a whole lot of that product to get 5 grams of fiber out of it. So you have to count what is the serving size. Be very careful. Under total carbohydrate, you can see the dietary fiber listed. Right next to the dietary fiber is your grams, and you have to compare. When you start monitoring your fiber intake, reading and understanding these labels is very important. A great way to get started is to record how many grams of fiber you're currently eating and then make adjustments to your diet. But take it slow. If you increase quickly, you are just going to give yourself gas, bloating, and other digestive complaints, and nobody around you will like you. You don't want to jump from 10 grams to 30 grams in a day. Gradually add a few grams each day until you've reached your goal. By upping your fiber intake to at least 25 grams per day, you'll start to notice changes right away. You'll feel full faster and stay satiated longer. You'll notice you have more regular bowel movements, and your energy will increase. Your blood sugar will stay more regulated, so your appetite will normalize, making it easier to stick to your weight loss plan. You'll start to consume less calories without even noticing. Therefore, you're facilitating weight loss. Popular doctor and author Dr. Dr. Oz suggests that women get 25 grams of fiber daily, while men need 35 grams. By eating foods such as steel-cut oatmeal, brown rice, beans, 100% whole grains, psyllium husks, and chia, which is a Peruvian whole grain seed high in fiber, high in magnesium, high in calcium, and high in the much-needed omega-3 fatty acids. Dr. Oz did an experiment on the Oprah Winfrey Show to see just how quickly and effectively a high-fiber diet can start working. He took 2 truck drivers, one named Don, one named Wolfgang, and first measured just how slowly their guts were moving. He had them swallow a pill that was actually a tiny transmitter, so it would transmit its location, and it would allow researchers to see how long it takes for them to process their food. It took nearly a full day for Don to pass his pill, and more than 42 hours for Wolfgang. Neither participant consumed a significant amount of fiber in their daily diet. Dr. Oz had the men load up on fiber for 1 week and swallow the transmitter again. Both significantly reduced their food transit times. Don cutting his time in half. Wolfgang cut his time down to just 12 hours. Remember, it took him 42 hours. He took 30 hours off of his digestion time. Dr. Oz says the positive effects of getting enough fiber happen almost immediately. The fiber gets things moving through your system, including toxins, very quickly. Bile, when it gets absorbed through the bowel, turns to cholesterol. So when you take a lot of fiber in your diet, you suck the bile out of you, and your cholesterol drops automatically. Fiber also gets rid of sugar, which helps diabetics. It's a great tool if you want to lose weight because it makes you feel full. These are Dr. Oz's comments. The average American gets just 7 grams of fiber a day. But women need about 25 grams and men need about 35 grams per day. That's somewhere between 7 and 9 helpings of fruits and vegetables. However, if you radically increase your intake of fiber, you'll feel gassy. Your intestinal tract isn't ready for it. Dr. Oz says, the fiber in the bowel is permeated by all these bacteria. The bacteria eat the fiber and they make the gas. That's their waste product. So my recommendation is to build your fiber intake slowly into your diet. At the end of the day, you're probably going to have some gas, but it's a good sign because it means you're digesting food that's good for you. In conclusion, eating enough fiber is important for weight loss, bowel function, blood sugar regulation, and heart disease prevention. Fiber not only helps to reduce your risk of chronic disease, and it makes you feel good on a daily basis. And who doesn't want that? So take a look at your diet, and if need be, start slowly adding more fiber-rich foods to your menu. I'm going to end this chapter with a quote from Oprah Winfrey. Getting my lifelong weight struggle under control has come from a process of treating myself as well as I treat others in every way. I love that quote. And I'm going to take a brief break, and then we're going to break into chapter 8. We're going to talk about the ultimate importance of enzymes in the human body. We'll be right back. I am your chiropractor in Tulsa, Dr. Drew Lawrence, with HealthSource of Tulsa Chiropractic. And remember, your car accident chiropractor in Tulsa as well, because it's icy roads here in the metropolis of Tulsa and in and around what we know as green country of Oklahoma. If you have a car accident, I'm your chiropractor. Give us a call first. Your car can get repaired at any time, and it won't get worse after the collision, unless you have another one, of course. But your body gets worse every day. Just because you feel better does not mean you healed optimally. As your car accident chiropractor, you need to know that optimal healing comes from timely rehabilitation. Chiropractic, physical therapy, stretching, strengthening, and time. These are the ways you optimize your healing. I'm going to take a brief break, and I'll be right back.